Hello, welcome to an exciting edition of Jeffrey Show Live. I'm your host, Jeffrey Taylor. Woo. And on today's edition of Jeffrey Show Live, I'm going to be doing a recap from WWE Hell in a Cell 2018, and we're going to find out if I truly had bragging rights for my predictions video that I dropped a whole week ago. Now, let's get into the show. To my surprise, WWE took a lot of heat away from themselves, but they announced at the last minute that New Day will be defending their SmackDown Live Tag Team Championships against Rusev Day on the pre-show kickoff show. Now, we didn't know what was going to be the pre-show kickoff match. We had no idea that it would even be one of the matches that they were promoting, but to our surprise, WWE tweeted that that's going to kick off our show. And everybody was up in arms, fake mad and everything. New Day didn't deserve this. Rusev was just in the main event or WWE Championship picture 2 months ago, whining like they're always doing. But one thing where these four men can't relate and why so many guys are at home talking about these guys is because when they have an opportunity, they take it, they seize it. Now, New Day, Rusev, Aiden English maybe deserves to be on the free show. But seriously, all four competitors, when they're put in positions, when the cards are dealt to them, they play them to the best of their ability. Is that exactly what they did? They had a little bit under 10 minutes, and they tried to steal the show. Now, note they weren't successful, but it was one hell of a match up until the end where it got a little sloppy. One of the MVPs of this matchup had to be Aiden English. Aiden English was kind of the underdog in this matchup, the person that people really was looking out for during this contest, and he completely showed out during this matchup. Like, he was just spot on, and I believe that eyes are definitely going to be on Aiden English moving forward, not only from his mic work, but his athletic abilities in this matchup. Ultimately, there's a little discretion between Rusev and Aiden English. I don't know why. I don't know how, because it was so awkward during this matchup. But look out more of their unfortunate Rusev Day breakup while the New Day was looking like a well-oiled machine. And you guys, as usual, try and start rumors that Big E is going to turn on them. Now, for the actual show, it was announced that it was going to be kicked off that Jeff Hardy will be facing Randy Orton in the actual red Hell in a Cell. That just brought so much attention to the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view once they announced that it would be red and that they weren't going to paint it or whatever structure that it used to be. In a sense, this match was match of the night for me. Jeff Hardy and Randy Orton did the damn thing. Going into the match, everyone was thinking that Jeff Hardy was going to do something to end his life. Like Jeff Hardy dreamed of being in the Hell in a Cell match. Jeff Hardy finally got his wish of being in the Hell in a Cell matchup, and it's a very methodical matchup, just as I expected in the sense of Randy Orton. Slow pace, but Jeff Hardy matched him. Jeff Hardy showed that not necessarily a tech-based technical wrestling matchup, but Jeff Hardy definitely showed how hardcore and how violent he can really get. Now, it's not so much, I think that a lot of times we forget how dangerous Jeff Hardy is and how vile he is because he's always jumping and doing an aerial maneuver. But Jeff Hardy fucked up Randy Orton. Like, look at the pictures on Randy Orton's IG. It was no game in that Hell in a Cell structure. But ultimately, some of the highlights of his matches was Jeff Hardy 3-time Swanton bombs. One included a chair that may have hurt him a little bit more. We have Randy Orton that got a screwdriver. And if you didn't think that pulling out his ear joint gauge was worse on SmackDown, he took it up a couple notches with the screwdriver. It was some scary shit. Like that was, I was kind of like, what you doing? Whew, that was a lot, man. Just thinking about it, that was a lot. But ultimately, one of the biggest spots of the night was when Jeff Hardy was using the Hell in a Cell at the top like a monkey, bars going back and forth until he finally jumped and crashed. And that's all she wrote for the matchup. The referee didn't even want to continue it, but Randy Orton forced the referee to count 1, 2, 3, officially winning this contest, gloating and not giving a care about Jeff Hardy's body. But can you blame him? Jeff Hardy definitely left scars on Randy Orton, and he didn't care about Randy Orton's well-being. I just want to take a moment to acknowledge that these two are legends. 10 years since the last time they really faced off against each other in a rivalry, and it was beautiful. It was something special, and I loved every minute of it, you guys. Moving forward in the show, we had Becky Lynch that captured the SmackDown Live Championship from Charlotte. A short reign from Charlotte Flair. I'm used to lengthy title reigns from Charlotte Flair, so I was a little surprised that Becky Lynch took off the gold from her strap. And in addition to that, it was an awkward ending. It was like, everyone was like, oh, Becky Lynch won the matchup. And I was kind of like, she kind of just stole it in this sense. Like, it wasn't even like an arm bar, tap out, or it was like a quick 1, 2, 3 from a mishap. But if you guys like it, I love it. I'm not too much of a fan of Becky Lynch being the SmackDown Live Women's Championship. The 2-year journey, you guys feeling bad for her. You guys are literally payola and sympathy for Bayley. I was about to say Bayley. That's who you guys usually have sympathy for. But Becky Lynch this time around. You guys just don't want to hate. You guys just want to get on the hate train for Charlotte Flair. You know, they need wrestlers like Charlotte. They need wrestlers like Charlotte. Y'all want to make her the bad guy. But Charlotte was the bigger person after the matchup and extended her hand. And Becky was a little classless when she walked away. And she's the new SmackDown Live Women's Champion for maybe a few weeks until Charlotte takes it back in a crowd of 100,000 people in Australia at the Super Showdown event. But for now, Becky Lynch is the SmackDown Live Championship, and the match actually wasn't even that good. It was a little bit over 10 minutes. In addition to that, we had Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler that retained the Raw Tag Team Championships against the Shield, Dean Ambrose, and Seth Rollins. I'm so glad that Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose came out separately, but if something was off between the two men when they were tagging, I feel like they're going to have to find the groove of their tag team all over again. Dean Ambrose was out for an extended amount of time. Seth Rollins has been doing an amazing job as a single champion. He is the Intercontinental Champion, by the way, but this night belonged to Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler, who's working like a well-oiled machine. And you saw Dean Ambrose didn't want to take the cover, tagging himself out for that awkward finish in a sense. Really slow match, but the match really had some nice moments and some near falls, to be honest. This match was really good. It was probably one of the longest matches of the night, along with the Hell in a Cell matches from the night. I enjoyed the contest for the most part, and I think that the right two men won the matchups when Drew and Dolph Ziggler just handed it to Seth Rollins, leaving him wasted. But this is the last time you're going to see these four guys. We're going to talk about that a little bit later on in the evening. We got AJ Styles that retains his WWE Championship in controversial fashion against Samoa Joe. This matchup was kind of slow-paced as well, being the history of Samoa Joe calling out AJ Styles' family. The match really got good towards the end as always, but AJ Styles is perceived to a lot of the WWE Universe as tapping out opposed to getting a 1, 2, 3 pinfall. A lot of people are really with Samoa Joe on this end of the deal, and they feel like he was screwed for the night. I'm going with the pinfall victory, to be honest, you guys. I love Joe and everything, but I really truly feel like AJ Styles got that victory. I mean, the referee didn't see it. The referee is in charge, as Paige said. If you can't trust the referee, then why is he out there if he can't trust his decision making? I feel like this is a very controversial finish, and hopefully at Melbourne we get a rightful stipulation so that this can be a clear winner once and for all. Samoa Joe is pissed, so you can only imagine the promos that we're going to be getting on SmackDown Live for the next couple weeks. In addition to that, we had The Miz and Maryse, who defeated Daniel Bryan and Brie Bella. This match was a mess. It was a clusterfuck. It was blosh fest. It was everything about it wasn't good. Maryse needs to never wrestle again. Brie Bella is just botching left and right. Daniel and Miz couldn't find their groove, even though they were the two majority of the men. The ending of the match with Maryse getting the win over Brie and how she did it, it was a joke. This needs to be over. It needs to be done with. And I really enjoyed Daniel Bryan and The Miz feuds, but this needs to be done once and for all. I know a happy wife is a happy home, you two, but please have a conversation with your women because they are setting the women's revolution back 8 years. In addition to that, we had Ronda Rousey retaining her championship against Alexa Bliss. And this match kind of started out similar to all the matches of the evening. Kind of started off a little slow. Alexa Bliss really got to show off her athletic abilities by wearing down Ronda Rousey. And I really enjoyed her wrestling in textbook styles, just taking Ronda Rousey to school. Of course, eventually, all that momentum came from Ronda Rousey and adrenaline started punching through. And we had some sloppy moments in this one, but we're going to ignore them. Shouts to Alicia Fox and Mickie James at ringside, along with Natalya. And the match ended up with the armbar. And the funny thing about Alexa Bliss, she didn't want no parts of that armbar, and she ended up tapping out before Ronda Rousey even locked it in. It was the funniest thing in the world. Like, she lived to see another day, and I think that was smart because I feel like Alexa Bliss can have Ronda Rousey number at the rate that she's going at. And in the main event, we had Braun Strowman defending his Universal Championship against Braun Strowman with Mick Foley as a special guest referee. This match was a dud to me. It was a match because Mick Foley don't know how to referee. I don't know why he was referee, just trying to get that last high as a WWE legend and superstar. And I get it, and I feel it, but you're taking away from these guys. Luckily, the match wasn't that good anyway. Braun Strowman tried his best. I can't say the same for Roman Reigns, in my opinion. And then we had The Shield, Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, Dolph Ziggler interfering in this matchup, taking all of the shine. Like, we didn't even care what was going on in the ring anymore because they wanted that spot moment in a Hell in a Cell that everyone goes for every year. Now we have Dolph Ziggler, who's never been able to get inside a Hell in a Cell matchup, but still wanted his cheap pop moment. It was a mess, to be honest. But it really got exciting for me when one of my faves came out, Brock Lesnar, and he had Paul Heyman alongside as well. He freaking ripped off the cage door, which was better than Dolph Ziggler and Seth Rollins' spot. And at the end of the day, he laid them out and making this match a no contest. So you mean to tell me that Mankind can get thrown out the cell twice, but these two couldn't survive F5s and the match had to be over with and the fans have to go home with a no contest? Ouch. It looked like Brock Lesnar is in amazing shape and he's been eating pretty good from Sable with this little mustache that he got coming in. I see you, Brock. I see you, man, with that beard. Paul Heyman macing Mick Foley, so I wonder if that's going to extend a little bit. But I'm really enjoying where this could go, which is a triple threat matchup at Survivor Series, potentially. I really enjoyed Hell in a Cell. It was not the best pay-per-view of the year, but I really enjoyed it. Let me guys know what you guys thought about the pay-per-view because we were live tweeting about it all evening. You guys leave some comments, likes, and subscribe to this YouTube page if you guys enjoyed this review, this recap from WWE Hell in a Cell. And I'm going to catch you guys later on an exciting edition of Jeffrey Show Live.